Welcome to our channel. Today, we have the following news. Can Bailu's new drama Feud succeed? A closer look at the challenges ahead. The upcoming fantasy romance drama Feud, starring Bailu and Zheng Shengxi, has been officially scheduled to air in the second quarter of 2025. However, early reactions from the public and entertainment critics have been far from enthusiastic. Despite the star-studded cast and familiar Xiangxia elements, many believe the show faces an uphill battle. In fact, some fear that Feud may struggle to make any significant impact at all. From an outdated storyline to underwhelming chemistry between the leads, Feud seems to be walking a risky path that could end in disappointment. A familiar and fatigued narrative. At first glance, Feud appears to follow the classic Xiangxia formula that once dominated Chinese screens. The plot revolves around Li Qingyu, a humble and unremarkable young disciple, and Bai Jiuci, the cold, powerful leader of the celestial realm. Their relationship spans tens of thousands of years, entangled in layers of love, betrayal, sacrifice, and reincarnation. The two characters are mystically connected, one cannot survive without the other, a trope that has been frequently employed in past fantasy epics between 2015 and 2020. While such storylines once captivated audiences with their emotional intensity and tragic beauty, they have become increasingly predictable. Viewers today are more discerning, seeking tightly constructed plots, logical character development, and emotional authenticity. Unfortunately, Feud seems to lean heavily on the same narrative devices that once worked but now feel outdated and overly melodramatic. The Xiangxia genre is in decline. Beyond the script, Feud also faces a broader issue, the declining popularity of the Xiangxia genre itself. Over the past 2 years, fantasy dramas have shown signs of fatigue, with fewer hits and more high-profile flops. While there are exceptions, such as Zhao Liang's The Legend of Shenli, which performed relatively well, most recent Xiangxia titles have failed to live up to expectations. Bailu's own track record in this genre is cause for concern. Her previous fantasy drama Moonlight Mystique received significant investment and promotional backing but was ultimately overlooked by the general audience. Despite the elaborate sets and magical world building, it failed to resonate emotionally or offer anything new. Even veteran actresses like Liu Shishi couldn't revive audience interest, as seen with Fox Spirit Matchmaker 2, which suffered from a drawn-out storyline and lack of innovation. In this context, Feud risks blending into the background, offering little incentive for viewers who are growing weary of the same celestial romance formulas. Casting concerns and lack of on-screen chemistry. One of the most talked-about concerns surrounding Feud is the casting of its two leads. Bailu, although experienced in historical and fantasy dramas, has often faced criticism for her exaggerated facial expressions and limited emotional range. Her performances, especially in dramas like Till the End of the Moon and Moonlight Mystique, have been accused of lacking nuance and failing to portray deep inner conflict convincingly. Zheng Shengxi, on the other hand, is known for playing cheerful, youthful roles. His transition into a more serious and stoic character like Bai Jiuci has left many skeptical. Can he deliver the gravitas required to portray a centuries-old celestial leader torn between duty and love? The answer remains uncertain. Moreover, initial promotional stills and trailers suggest a lack of palpable chemistry between the two leads. In romantic Xiangxia dramas, the emotional connection between the male and female protagonists is often the key to audience investment. If the central couple fails to spark emotions, the entire story risks falling flat, no matter how visually impressive the production may be. Potential imbalance in supporting roles. Another factor that could hurt Feud is its handling of supporting characters. In Moonlight Mystique, for example, the secondary characters were written so compellingly that they unintentionally outshone the leads. This kind of imbalance can dilute the emotional focus of the main storyline, leaving audiences more invested in subplots than in the central romance. If Feud repeats this pattern and fails to maintain a clear narrative hierarchy, it could once again alienate viewers. A well-structured drama must ensure that supporting roles enhance rather than overshadow the protagonists. Otherwise, the emotional payoff of the main plot becomes weak and unfocused. Facing harsh market realities. All of these concerns, recycled storytelling, genre fatigue, questionable casting, and script imbalance, point to one harsh reality: Feud will need more than star power to succeed. While Bailu still enjoys a loyal fan base, fandom alone cannot carry an entire drama in today's competitive landscape. Audiences now expect more than just a fantasy love story. They demand strong performances, original scripts, and meaningful character arcs. If Feud does not evolve to meet these changing standards, its chances of making a significant impact are slim. The possibility of the show flopping upon release is not just speculation, it's a likely outcome unless major improvements are made before its premiere. In conclusion, while Feud still has time to surprise its critics, it currently seems burdened by too many familiar pitfalls. If it hopes to stand out in a saturated and demanding market, the production team must deliver a compelling narrative, elevated performances, and a fresh take on a tired genre. Otherwise, it risks becoming just another forgettable title in the long line of Xiangxia dramas that failed to leave a lasting impression.